Christopher Media, the Weedsman Podcast.
All right, man. It's time.
It's time. Are we ready for the list?
The list.
So
we all made this list earlier. We said it around. Maybe got a little too high.
Well, you
making this list.
we did get too high because we only made half the list.
The Weedsman Podcast. Every Friday on iTunes and ChristopherMedia.net. Christopher Media. Let's make some noise. Thank you in advance for supporting Christopher Media by clicking on the PayPal button and by clicking through to all the sponsors who support ChristopherMedia.net. If you like this show, please tell a friend. You can subscribe to all ChristopherMedia.net shows for free by clicking through the iTunes banner on ChristopherMedia.net. Please make sure to rate and comment on all your favorite Christopher Media shows. Please follow us on Twitter and like and share us on Facebook by searching for Christopher Media. Most importantly, we would like to take the time to extend an extra special thanks to you. Christopher Media could not exist without your support. Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net, and thank you for listening.
He took off his button-up shirt, so he means business with this one.
I got the
beautiful
white tea and a beer now.
You just provided the intro, and you didn't even know it.
Christopher Media. Let's make some noise. From Asthmacore Studios near Detroit, Michigan, it's Unregimented.
Gangsters, what's up, guys?
Welcome again. We did it. It's Thursday. It's unregimented. It's number 16.
We're back again. Can't get rid of us.
Legal in the state of Michigan.
Oh, we could fuck our own show.
About time.
Wait. I've only been here for 8 was my first, right?
So, is that true? We've ramped up production since you've come on board.
Yeah, that's true. You have now.
I talk a lot. I'm sorry.
No, but there you go. It is now. Bulk of the shows will now feature Rich.
Well, what's going to be scary is when I actually move and I'm at my buddy's house in Detroit and I'm only half an hour away instead of an hour away. And I'm like, you want to do 3 shows a week? I'm down. Shit.
Oh, cool.
Fuck it. Let's quit our jobs and go daily.
Yeah, we're not. I mean, I can live off the fat of the land.
It's up to you, people.
But
you want us to quit our jobs and go daily?
No, shit. Once you move closer, there was. Well, this will be edited out.
You see those banners on the website?
It could be. Could do a sports podcast. Me, you, and Rob.
That's what I'm saying. It's one of the things that Chris and I were talking about. Aaron was on the way here when he picked me up because my loser ass needed a ride today. I was like, it's Aaron and I. Well, actually, I said Aaron.
Aaron.
And
we get your ass down to Oshag Hennessy's office.
But you and I have the comic book thing, and he kind of bows out. But we got that. We know that. And Chris and I kind of have the sports thing, and that's where you bow. I'm like, so it's. I guess I'm kind of a bridge between you two. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah, don't let me stop you from talking about sports. Actually, I brought a comic book with me that I thought maybe we could talk a little bit about.
Okay.
But,
well, I mean, don't cock tease me like that.
But you're intrigued. I show you the cover. Sexy.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's actually called Sex.
That's called a teaser. Because first I'm going to thank you for listening, liking and sharing Unregimented on Facebook, following us on Twitter at UnregimentedPod, emailing unregimented@ChristopherMedia.net. Numbers get bigger every week, people. We got people subscribing. We got people sharing. Thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you. And please tell somebody if you like it. That's how this goes. Because if nobody knows about it, nobody can listen. We're doing this for free. We're providing countless hours of entertainment. Well, right now, it'd be about 16, maybe somewhere 18. Some of the shows have been, I'm rambling. Anyway, subscribe to Unregimented on iTunes for free by clicking through the banner on ChristopherMedia.net. Android users, you can find Unregimented on Stitcher Radio. You can donate to Christopher Media by using the PayPal button on ChristopherMedia.net. Help save podcasting by clicking through the Amazon banner and bookmarking the page. When you buy something, Amazon will donate a part of each purchase to the Podcast Legal Defense Fund, helping to save podcasting from the... Who wants to help me out here? What can we use?
Cocksuckers.
Okay.
It's rather bland.
Only but a goodie. Those cocksuckers at Personal Audio. If you're looking to launch your own website, please click through the HostGator banner at ChristopherMedia.net. That's who we use to host all of the Christopher Media shows, like Unregimented every Monday and Thursday, the Weedsman Podcast every Friday, and our inane ramblings on Tuesdays in the form of the bonus nuggets. But they're entertaining. People be liking them.
Check out the steak nuggets.
Eminem Question Everything. They come out every Sunday. And the Todzilla X Pod, whenever he feels like it. At his last one, he did say he tries to shoot for like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Sure, whatever. I mean, if he wants me to get my hopes up just so he can dash them against the rocks, that's fine. But
hey, he's a fan of the show.
He actually, yes, he did say that this is a very good podcast.
Yes, he enjoys us.
And I'm like,
I feel flattered because I honor.
Exactly.
He's a very opinionated person.
Yeah.
very strong opinions.
Yes.
Yes. So if he likes us, that means you should like us. So
yeah,
drink the Kool-Aid.
It's delicious Kool-Aid. It's tasty Kool-Aid. But when you sign up for it, always during the HostGator, things go awry. It's because we start talking about other shows. They gotta love me. But when you sign up for HostGator by clicking through the link, you help to support ChristopherMedia.net. Finally, DraftKings, one-day fantasy sports. You're not locked into one team for an entire season. You can draft a new team every day. Christopher Media listeners are winning real money as opposed to fake money every day at DraftKings.com. Fantasy football's back in a big way with their $5 million kickoff bash during the first week of football. Please click through the banner on ChristopherMedia.net and sign up today. Alrighty, now.
Oh, there's no liquids to be in the studios. Yeah, that shit lasted about a day before someone was like,
I don't recall Hank Hill being in specs.
Oh, you kids. That's not even Hank Hill. That's the principal, isn't it?
No, that was Mr. Anderson, the next door neighbor.
You kids.
You boys are whacking in my tool shed.
You boys are the ones whacking in my tool shed?
Yeah, where's them Spanish towels? Damn hippie clerk.
I miss that show. I really do. Like, I know that we're supposed to love Beavis and Butthead because of our age, but I really miss King of the Hill.
The Refreshments.
I got the pistols, so I get the pesos.
Yeah, it's that band.
I'm Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Federation.
Yeah, that's that band.
It was such a weird song, but it was such a good one, too. It was just, we're talking about the Refreshments. Yeah.
We did the King of the Hill theme song.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then they had I got the pistol, so I get the pesos. Yeah, that seems fair.
Don't know that one.
Yes, you do.
Play it. Just
I am.
If you get the cans on, you know it. You know it.
I'm going to drink a Coors tonight.
Oh, shit. You know, I got some mangria. I might finally go bust that out.
Ooh. Man.
Let's get drunk on this episode, man.
Get. Have you not seen me fucking just... Granted, this is not me drunk.
Let's all get drunk in this episode.
Granted, this is not me drunk. You guys would not like me drunk. I'm like... This one. You know this song, right? Cup of Joe in my eyes. I was a supermodel.
Nope.
Uh-huh. Really? You don't know this?
You'll know it when it gets the hook, you'll know this bitch. 'Cause you couldn't have, for like a good 2-year period in the 90s, you couldn't avoid this song on the radio.
Oh, for a good 8-year period in the 90s, I didn't turn on the radio.
Well,
it was whatever the hell I wanted to hear or public radio. This is like, this has come before or after that Cracker song. What the world needs now
is another folk singer like, I need a hole in my head. Yes,
because somebody straight up ripped somebody off.
I love Cracker. I
believe they came first. Oh, dude, Camper Van Beethoven.
Yeah,
their cover of Pictures of Matchstick Men is phenomenal.
Did not know that.
That was a cover.
Yeah, didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a 60s song. It was like a 60s garage band, like psychedelic garage band song.
But yeah,
I didn't know it was a cover for a long time.
All right, so you've never heard that song, huh?
And also,
Good for
take
you.
the skinheads bowling. Take
the
them
skin
bowling.
bowling.
And some people say that bowling alleys got big lanes. Got big lanes.
Big
Got big
lanes.
lanes. All right, let's start this shit, huh?
Oh, you brought up crack?
All right,
Play crack?
fuck it.
It's not even. No, man. You gotta play what we were talking about. What the world needs now. Teen angst is that? That's the name of that
I
song,
think
right?
that, teen angst or teenage angst.
Teenage
maybe
angst, yeah.
Maybe it's teen angst.
Yeah, but it's a great fucking song because it just totally eviscerated fucking the early '90s music scene at the moment. They were like, "Hey, we're Cracker and we're
Them and Pavement, the Stone Temple
Dude.
Pilots, the Elegant Bachelors. They're sexy to me. Are they sexy to you?
Oh, I always thought this was a
and
Tom Petty
Smashing
song.
Pumpkins in the same.
oh right, you thought this was Tom Petty? Holy shit!
Tell me this could not be a Tom Petty lick.
That is no.
It sounds like because I'm running
Down and Drain. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It made a solo Tom Petty song. Yes, yes.
But I
Not-
think
not-
this came before Running Down a Dream, didn't it?
No, this come out. This came out in like 92.
I think that's around when Running Down a Dream came out.
Full Moon Fever with Running Down a Dream came
Yeah.
out in '88.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, because I bought that album.
Wildflowers came out around then. That was
92,
the
yeah.
early '90s was when Wildflowers. That
okay.
was a great album.
Okay, I have to say this. Around the time Wildflowers come out, you know the whole "Let's get to the point, let's roll another joint."
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that song. You don't know how it feels. That's the song. Riff had a live version of it. It was Tom Petty, and that, in that Florida Southern drawl he has. What song you want to hear next? And this dude with the loudest voice ever was like, "Play the joint song!" I mean, it was perfect, man. And he goes, "Okay, I know how Detroit likes to roll, so let's go." And he started the song.
I love it. Have you seen the documentary on Tom Petty? Oh, it's fucking phenomenal.
Okay, wait a minute. Is it about Wildflowers, or is it just about...
Oh, no, yeah, the whole history.
No.
Yeah,
and I'm a huge Tom Petty fan, so
Oh,
I'm
God.
surprised I haven't
you
seen
gotta
it.
see it. It's a long-ass documentary, too, but yeah, it covers everything. It's fantastic. I can't remember what it's called, but, look it up.
Well, a cousin, it was Black Crowes and Tom Petty at Pine Knob.
Oh, my God.
And my cousin...
I'm a little bit hard right now.
I have seen the Black Crowes live. Phenomenal band.
I missed them, except for 3 songs.
You fucked up.
At Pine Knob. However...
Yeah, but those 3 songs are probably a half hour.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Soul Singing somehow ended up being like 45 minutes long. But no, but I got to see him at the State, and I was like, from me to you is where Mark Ford, the guitar player, was. Mm-hmm. And they did an hour-and-a-half set, about 45-minute acoustic set, and they came back out and did another... Essentially, they did 3 sets, and it was just fucking great. But when I went to go see Tom Petty, my cousin came with me, and he's like, "I don't even fucking like Tom Petty. I don't even know any Tom Petty songs." I'm going, how the fuck do you have ears and you can hear and you not know a Tom Petty song? End of the show, he goes, "Every fucking song you played, I knew it was a hit." Holy
Yeah.
shit. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, he's only been around for like 40 years. Seriously.
Yeah, but he's one of those. He's one of those artists. Even somebody who, like myself, who reads and listens to a lot of different music and studies the history of bands and all that, and think that I have a healthy knowledge, will still be blown away by the number of hits that man has produced. You just go, oh yeah, oh, and that one, and that one, and that one. Holy shit.
Yep. Yeah. That's essentially what happened. My cousin, he was just like, "I didn't realize, man." I'm like, you better recognize Tom Petty.
Talk about maintaining a career. I mean, better than Bob Dylan did, even. I mean, Bob Dylan's maintained his integrity. Not to say that Tom Petty hasn't, but he's managed to also maintain a really steady career of... I say this because people will still go see Bob Dylan, but he doesn't get shit on the radio.
Oh, no, not at all.
No. And he's also gone back to... I mean, he's kind of regressing musically. I don't mean that as an insult either, but there's...
More to his acoustic roots?
More of his stuff has been kind of jazzy,
Okay.
Bluesy kind of stuff. You know, turn of the century, going back to the turn of century music.
Okay. But yeah, I just want to fucking call Riff and be like, find me the live track that you guys used to play where. So, what was on your here? The Joint Song! It's so fucking great, man.
Where the fuck were we? Tom Petty, Bob Dylan. Fuck the police. Oh, no, that was last one.
Yeah, we've done Fuck the Police. They're well fucked. And
let's clarify something right now, because this will be like our little follow-up.
What's that?
Not just in general, we know it's some bad apples fucking it up for everybody else. Not everybody joins the police force to get out of hand like that. And not everybody that joins the police force does have that mentality.
We didn't dwell on that issue, but I thought we made the point clear.
Yeah, but you just never know. You know, we've proven.
If you want to make a disclaimer for those freaks who just
we've just proven time and time again. A lot of people hear what they want to hear.
Yeah,
they extrapolate what they want to hear, and I'm just let's call this a proactive move, a preemptive move, and I can really give a fuck.
We're going all Bush. We're preemptive. We're doing a preemptive strike.
Quite honestly, I could give a fuck, but at the same time, I do support the people the guys that generally are doing what they're supposed to do and not being fascist fuckheads. Mm-hmm. I just want to put that out there. You know, it's just too bad apple.
That's a low bar to set.
I truly believe that.
Okay, but if you want,
that most police want to do police work. To not be, but I think
they're a little misdirected sometimes on what police work actually entails, and I think that's why I think this is it's a cultural thing for police officers, because you give them, these armored vehicles like we were talking about in last episode, automatic weapons. You give them these tools. How can you expect them not to want to use them? Again, it's kind of when we were talking about off air about the military, and I said, well, when you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
Everything, yeah.
We compared it to when we had the little incident with the stove here at the house.
Oh, yeah.
The guy jumped off the back of the fire truck with his axe.
Yeah, he never got to use the axe, and he was like, great, awesome.
I think Homeboy watched a little bit too much Rescue Me,
Yeah.
It does. If I didn't have the door open already and was like greeting him, he might have just knocked it down. But anyway.
Yeah.
Rich is enjoying a cigarette over there.
I'm sorry.
You're helping to pay for the governor's drapes.
Oh, so shit.
He appreciates it.
Here, I thought he was going to be like, look here, asshole, I told you.
No.
Don't be smoking too much.
Stop smoking in my studio.
Hey, you're an adult. You can do whatever you want.
It's why when I saw you blast off with the inhaler, I was like, oh, shit. My bad.
No, that's the cats.
And you're not going to get rid of them, though. So
no,
and by the way, thank you, Chris, asshole that you are. Did you see the post he posted on Facebook that we're tagged in? It's a gentleman sitting with his cat, and it says the perfect date night or something.
Holding a bottle of wine, or
a
glass of wine.
Thank you, asshole. Just want to say it.
But we got in a conversation earlier about cigarettes because I heard something about I thought the tax was going up, but I guess the story I actually heard was about the appropriation of tax money. State excise tax on cigarettes, which is Michigan's one of the highest. It's $2 a pack.
Yeah,
that's on top of, I think the government has a standard $1.
Yeah, on
packs.
Yeah.
So, what do you pay for a pack of cigarettes in Michigan on average? Sometimes it's up to $7 to $8.
Well, roughly between 6 and 7.
Yeah,
it's usually more around $6.50 if I had to average it out. About $6.50.
And you can get a lot of coupons too. And there's even, especially more independent stores and convenience stores will do sales on them sometimes. On
like
deals.
If you buy 3 packs, they'll give them to you for $5.50 a piece.
Actually, it's probably not so much the gas stations, because what they're really doing there, that's a loss leader. That's what Best Buy did with CDs when people still bought them.
Okay.
They priced them really low to get people in the door to buy the shit that they make money off of, the sodas, the candy bars, and all that shit. Most gas stations don't make money off of gas.
Or cigarettes.
Yeah.
Or even liquor stores, or party stores as they're known here in Michigan.
Yeah. We know how to party.
They don't really make money off of off of booze.
No.
I mean, that's how come you go to a lot of party stores and you try to take bottles back and they get pissy with you. They're like, yeah, we know you paid us 10 cents per, bottle when you left, but you got to bring that shit back? Really? You can take that shit to Kroger's, where they're actually going to make money. But yeah, when I lived in New York, I would say New York, Chicago have the highest
New York
taxes.
is, on the map that I saw, it was 2.25.
Well, New York,
but I think it went up.
You almost pay $10 a pack in New York.
Okay,
So-
yeah, that's what I've heard too. So I'm not clear on that. I mean, maybe it's just there's more cost of living expenses.
Well, there's
in New York.
the stick. Are we really listening to Taxman by Stevie Ray Vaughan?
Sure are.
Okay. That threw me for a loop. I never expected to hear Stevie Ray Vaughan out of either of you guys. I thought you guys hated that type shit.
I don't hate good guitar playing.
Okay, all right.
Unless it's Ray Malmsteen, because he's just stupid.
Yeah, well, he's
I'm more of a Robin Trower fan myself.
Bridge of Sighs.
Fuck.
Awesome
Yeah.
album. And it's a good headphone album. You put the headphones on, and just when he starts into it, oh, my dick just, I got a tip drip thinking about it. Sorry. But, no, New York, I believe they have their state tax, which is higher than ours.
They probably have a city tax, too.
Yeah, that's what I know. When I lived in central New York, the price of a pack of cigarettes was cheaper than New York City. Mm-hmm. And New York City was like, these are strip club prices. Do I get a blowjob with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking, are you serious? You want me to fight? And this is going on 20 years ago. You want me to pay fucking $9 for a pack of cigarettes? Like, I literally looked at the guy and was like, at this point, it's just cheaper to smoke weed. And he goes, huh? And I was like, oh, okay. Here's
like,
You said it, I didn't, buddy.
Yeah, and it was a bodega on top of that. So
Hey,
I probably
black ass!
Yeah, I probably could have got some. Maybe he thought that's where I was going with that, but
Yeah, well,
He means weed.
so I wanted to know the question as to, what the actual tax was on cigarettes, how the breakdown was. I found, $2 from the state, or goes to the state, $1 goes to the federal. But where does the money go then from there? So we found a couple destinations for that money.
oh yes. Go ahead. Rick Schneider has wonderful window treatments.
Oh, they're going to be divine. I can only imagine. I don't. He's not going to want to leave the Capitol. That's the biggest problem here, probably. No. So to get to what we're talking about here, there was a vote that kind of happened quietly over the summer about appropriating $3 million a year from the state excise tax on cigarettes, which is $2 a pack, and appropriating that for keeping up the Capitol building. Now, it's a pretty large bill. I don't know how it compares to most state capitals. It looks pretty big. It's got a big dome on it. It looks very traditional, like Washington-type building.
Yeah.
I imagine it does have, there's a lot of expense in upkeep on that. But $3 million does seem a little excessive. I think there might have been a little bit of padding in the bill here, because we actually got the breakdown.
No, come on now. Our government would never do that.
I wonder if they shop these prices around. So for 2014, this is what their bill is $3.7 million. I don't know how they got to that number, because it says they had $3 million. Maybe they all pitched together the extra 700,000.
I kind of doubt it, but okay.
Yeah, probably not. But some of the larger items on here: chiller and cooling tower replacement, $1.4 million. Anyway, we should bid on this. $1.
Yeah. And there's always going to be the chick that's just flopping out of her shirt. Yay! Running down the aisle.
Ferris parking lot replacement. Anyone want to guess? How much do you think this beautiful parking lot would be worth?
$10,000.
Bill, the price is, let me guess, $750,000.
$750,001. I'm being that dick.
The actual price, $220,000. So I think that maybe that seems really reasonable. I don't know what a parking lot goes for. That seems reasonable. Drapes for the governor's parlor. Oh, now this sounds fancy. These beautiful drapes imported from China will add a lustrous feel to your office.
Drew,
and let other state governors know that you mean business.
I'm betting 20,000.
20,000.
I'm going unorthodox here. $19,999. No one's ever made that move.
Chris, you're actually closest. Actual price, $17,661.
Yeah, it worked, motherfucker!
You got to pay taxes on them prizes, though. Enjoy that.
Now,
I already played both.
How big is this? How big is this office, and what do you get for $17,000 in drapes? And is the whole thing just
do they come with a blowjob?
Yeah, yes.
I'm imagining that there's just drapes everywhere. It's just like a maze.
There's a wall. There's a wall.
Governor, I'm over here. Governor? Wait, I can never find him in this room.
It's just like a wall, and there's drapes, and you think you're going to open it and just see a window. No, it's just another wall behind it. It's just... Just putting drapes up all over the place.
It constantly looks like somebody's going to paint a 19th century nude reclining somewhere. Everything's draped over.
Look, even the homosexual crowd in fashionable Ferndale doesn't have that many window fucking treatments.
No,
in the entire fucking city. Come on now.
No.
Really, Rick Schneider does not need 17 fucking grand for his fucking drapes. Let's be honest about that. But hey, that's government. And hey, you need a new toilet seat lid? That'd be $450.
Well,
really?
I'd be cheering if I was their gardener. Because
wait a minute, I got a lot of friends that are landscapers. Let me get them in. Go ahead.
Oh no, wait, never mind. Scratch that. Never mind. He's making $50,000. I mean, that's not earth shattering, but I don't know. That seems like a decent pay for. That's what they paid to keep the garden. Interior decorative painting and wood graining assessment. So they're going to paint the inside and they're going to assess the wood. Probably clean it up. How much? For a whole year.
Shit. We had 17 for some window treatments. I'm going to go 50.
You're a little high. It's 35,000. I said that I would take that. $35,000 a year is a pretty decent pay.
Oh, yeah.
I'll spend the whole year painting the inside of the Capitol building.
I've never, on a tax form, declared $35,000 in a year. So, well, legally, yeah. But yeah. So fuck it. Yeah, $35,000. I'll take it in a heartbeat.
What?
Ha! They have to be fancy ass window treatments.
Oh, dude, they're gonna shoot so many music videos in the governor's office. It's gonna be so pimp.
You think it's like that episode of The Fresh Prince where his parents went away and he fucking had the rap video with fucking Velvet DeVoe in there, and they're trying to like dance up in the video. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I was just trying to be in the video.
Oh, they're getting a fancy Honeywell control update too. They're gonna probably have some kind of, maybe it's one of these smart systems that like knows how many senators are in the room and how much they're talking, so it knows how much cold air to pump in to fight all the hot air.
Yeah. Got a makeup air unit.
Something I want to bring up. I don't know how you guys are about this band, but I crashed at a buddy's house the other night, and he has the Palladium channel, and they show a lot of concerts and music documentaries, and one of them was the rise and the fall of the Clash. And
I haven't seen that, but I do like the Clash.
Okay, and it went into great detail about how they were put together. Kind of like, weren't we talking about Alice in Chains? Mm-hmm. It was an assembled band. Yeah.
Dude, whatever. Bands come together in all sorts of fashions. What's important, what they accomplish, what they do get together.
All right. Hey. You've already stripped down to the white T-shirt. I don't want no fucking... Don't get no Master Blaster on me. Ain't no one man enter, two man enter, one man leave. I'm good. But
play the one about the dad. My daddy was a bank robber. That's that one. That's one of my favorite.
But no, it was a fascinating documentary because Joe Strummer came from money where Mick Jones didn't, and it was the documentary. It got to a point where their relationship was contentious, and it actually got to the point where I didn't even realize this, where Mick Jones was fired from the Clash, and they brought in 2 guitar players to replace him.
Yeah,
I guess I just wrote that out of my memory of the Clash, because the Clash to me is Joe Strummer, Mick Jones, Paul the bass player, and Topper I think was the drummer. They had a couple drummers, but yeah, and it was just a great documentary to watch, because even if you weren't into the band, like, I'm not a huge Clash fan. I'll be the first to admit that. I know the hits, blah blah blah, but the way the guys were in the documentary, I was like, holy shit, these guys came over from fucking England and took over New York City for an 8 fucking day stint at some just shit bar. I mean, they actually had, the police had to come out because there was the bar held I think it was, he said like it held 360 some people, and fucking 800 people were packed in the bar, and it's the Clash. It's like, I never thought they were that, that big. And this is well before their fucking, U2 phase, where they were in, we're going to play huge festivals and places. But the other thing was just how interesting it was to see that Joe Strummer was very much like the rockabilly guy, and then Mick Taylor went to New York. When he went to New York, he fell in with all the hip-hop guys, and he really wanted to bring that element to the Clash. And then when Joe Strummer was like, Mick Taylor, take a fucking hike, he started Big Audio Dynamite, which, as a former DJ, I gotta imagine Big Audio Dynamite, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because
they sampled the Clash.
Yeah. Well, it's
for one of their hits.
Yeah. Fuck it. If you're gonna rip off somebody, you might as well rip off yourself.
Should I stay or should I go?
Yeah. But yeah.
Bless you.
Yeah. Yep. Bless you. Yeah. But no, I just, it's funny to me because Clash is a band that was always on my radar, but they were never like in my sights, if that makes sense. I liked them. I saw the Joe Strummer documentary about it was after he died from that heart attack.
Green Day's their fault. I mean, you can hear it. There's no Green Day without the Clash.
Well, there's no faking an English accent when you don't have one.
Yeah, there's no Rancid without the Clash.
Yeah. What? I kind of like Rancid. Don't fucking shit on Rancid.
I'm not shitting on them. I'm stating musical facts. If you have ears.
If I have to pick between Green Day and Rancid, I'm going with Rancid.
Thank you.
See, I'll pick, and I'll say it. I know the mics can hear me in recording. I'll pick Green Day. Just personal preference.
Really?
That guy can write a song.
Really?
That guy...
You want some Billy Joel?
He can write a song. He knows how to write a pop hook. The man can write a song. You can't deny him that.
He can work a DCG fucking chord progression for every fucking high school.
He knows
graduating class.
Okay, he knows it's about 3 chords and something you can hum.
You're right. I cannot deny that what he wrote were songs.
He actually wrote songs.
I can't deny that.
I can't.
They have a certain rhythm, and they're in a key. They are, in actuality, songs.
Okay, this is the Aaron that I want. I want more of this. I want more of that bitter. Just come on, man, let it out, man. You know you want to. Come on, man. Just fucking hate on everything everyone loves. Come on.
It's like you really don't like. This is a song that I use. Like this.
What?
How is this any different from the songs I was just playing?
Because I don't believe them when they do it.
Okay, so you're one of those people that, and please, I'm the same way. If this is how you are, you look for authenticity in music.
And everything.
You were just talking about what a big bunch of fakes the Clash were.
No.
I didn't.
Joe Strummer came from fucking money, and he had that like guilty. We talked about this, the guilty white boy syndrome. He was like, there's so many people who don't have, and I come from this. And Mick Taylor came from fucking shit, and he was like, I got money now? I'm gonna start fucking models, and I'm gonna be fucking, I'm gonna smoke the best weed.
What anybody would do. What we would do if we got put in that position.
Okay, and forgive me for this, but I kind of think I would take the John Frusciante route. I can put my music out there. I make a living from it. I don't need to be on the fucking cover of Rolling Stone. I don't need it. Don't want it.
Easy to have that attitude when you sold millions of records.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you have, we talked about this in one of the very first podcasts. Mm-hmm. The type of career as a musician we would like is we make a living with our music, but we don't need to be, top 40. You don't need. Yeah. We don't need to be on MTV.
I've never had a desire to be on a magazine.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at. And I think Joe Strummer, he bought into, because a part of this documentary is their manager. I cannot remember his name, so forgive me. They fired him and then brought him back. But their manager was very much like a Marxist, and like had all this rhetoric, and Joe bought hook, line, and sinker, but he was genuine with it. Whereas this guy was like, I think it's a way to fucking sell records.
Isn't it all a way to sell records?
So there's
Bernard Rhodes.
Yeah, I believe so.
Early influence aside from managing the Clash, according to Wikipedia.
It might be. But wait a minute.
He previously collaborated with Malcolm McLaren managing the early Sex Pistols.
Yeah, yes, that's the guy. Okay, yes, so it is him. Okay, so wait a minute. You blew my mind just now with something you said.
What?
Isn't it all to sell records? So you don't believe there's anything genuine in music? You believe it's all fucking...
I don't believe that
at this point,
wanting to sell records or selling a lot of records means that it's not genuine. Wanting to sell a lot of records is a genuine thing. Like, that's...
But there's a difference between someone who records songs that they believe in and puts them out, and if they sell, so fucking be it. And someone who goes, what's the temperature of pop culture right now? Let me go ahead and jump on the latest bandwagon. I mean,
sometimes, honestly. Yeah, but
anytime you show somebody your band, it's no longer about just making music.
But we don't consider athletes in the same way. An athlete has the desire to be the best at what he does. And he might try and do
try to do that in music, you get ostracized.
Well, no, I mean...
No, I don't think so at all.
If you want to be the world's fastest long-distance runner, you don't come up with a new way of running. You just do it better than anybody else. But it's not so much that, the technical side of it, as is the drive that I'm talking about. And some people just have that drive to excel to the top. And I think you get that in pop music like anything else. And that can be, that is a very genuine drive. Actually, Henry Rollins said that he doesn't discredit anyone's reasons for making music as long as they're genuine. I make music because I feel driven to. It's a way to kind of excise my demons. It's an emotional purge for me. Some guys do it to get laid. That's fine. That's them. That's not me. But that's still a valid. It's still a valid drive to have, just as well as anything else.
I guess what I'm saying is,
I've never a monkey wrench at you.
I've never sat down and wrote a song and been like, I'm writing a song for people to like.
See,
the song comes out. Whatever it comes out as, and if people like it, good. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. probably the biggest show I played was with the White Stripes at the Masonic Temple, and fucking, got 1,000 fucking people just clapping after my song. Yeah, did I enjoy that? Yes, but it wasn't the reason I wrote the song. You know what I'm saying? It was, to me, and it comes off as pretentious. So fucking be it. You got to be true to yourself, and if you're a fucking,
but you can't do both.
No, you can. Yeah. Him and Chris and I had this conversation in Specs over. It's amazing you're playing fucking Kid Rock, because it was over Kid Rock.
It was a genuine article.
It was a discussion about Kid Rock. It was when his
He's probably talking about Devil Without a Cause and him selling the fuck out.
No, it wasn't Devil Without a Cause. It was when his the song he did that sampled fucking Metallica come out. You know the one I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. This is probably when I was at radio, because that song came out while we were out.
No, we were. It was very tail end of Specs, and we started talking about it. And I said, "This is all I said," and this tripped his fucking wire. I said, "Man, Kenny's fucking killing it on that guitar solo." And next thing I knew, there was a 15 fucking minute rant from you.
Oh, really?
Who, me? Yeah, that just fucking shit all over Kid Rock. He's like, well, The Devil Without a Cause. Half that shit was on the Polyfuse method. He just re-recorded it. He couldn't even come up with some new shit. Blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, holy shit, dude, you got a serious fucking hard-on for fucking Kid Rock.
Because I was also fresh out of, working at a music store at that time, too. So, I mean, cynicism may have been at all-time highs.
Well, I worked at a music store during when ICP were up and coming, and kids were freaking out over their cassettes.
Oh yeah,
I had just as much hatred for them.
Okay, but here's the thing. We used to work for a company. We did screen printing. We handled all of Psychopathic's screen printing. I am so fucking sick of looking at anything to do with ICP, because it was right before their Gathering of the Juggalos or whatever.
Yeah. See, this is really early when they were just still a local phenomenon.
Yeah. And
go on.
Oh my God, fucking 25,000 t-shirts.
Jeez.
And it was every Joker's card. It was every fucking EP, which I have to say, I did take this, the Santa Claus is a fat bitch t-shirt that has Santa Claus with a gunshot wound in the middle of his head, and he's dead and he's laying there. I took that one because on the back it said, "Merry fucking Christmas, bitch." And I was like, that's pretty much how I feel about Christmas, so I'll take this shirt. Just get the ICP off.
They have to have so many different designs because they're fans. That's all they wear. Oh, they have to have an ICP shirt for each day of the week.
One of my coworkers had the Hatchet Man tattooed on him.
Oh yeah,
the dude who's fucking naked running with the hatchet.
Yeah. What's her name?
No, it was a guy. But Junior, if you're listening to this, sorry, I didn't mean to put you on blast about that one.
Oh, you just did.
But no, and ICP. Here's something else. I didn't realize this. There was about 5-6 years ago, there was a local news story about ICP, and they said these guys are worth $100 fucking million.
Oh yeah.
Liquid. They are worth $100 fucking million. Liquid.
Yeah.
It means they got it laying around, son. What you want? You need $1,000? I wipe my ass with $1,000 bills, son.
Are we talking about Boiler Room now?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, because you sound like Ben Affleck from Boiler Room. I am fucking $2 million liquid. I got it laying around my house. You want? That's a couple thousand. That's what I find in my fucking cushions.
Yeah.
Anywho,
well, yeah. Let's talk about Juggalos. I'm sorry, am I cutting you off?
Well, no. I'm just saying, I can't fucking believe ICP. These two morons who have not I've met.
They're from right up the road here, from where we're living.
Yeah. And Eminem called them out on it. He said, "You ain't seen a fucking mile road south of 10, and you claim in Detroit. You ain't shit. Stop it." But I can't believe these guys are fucking $100 million liquid. How the fuck, dude? Bands like. I don't even fucking know. I'm so irritated at the thought of it. And don't get me wrong. I look at I look at ICP like I look at Kiss or Gwar. They're a niche band. It's a joke. Don't take them seriously.
Okay, Kiss, I don't agree with. Because there's two reasons why I appreciate ICP, and I'll get to it. Gwar, I do kind of agree with, because Gwar is a perfect example of a band that's built a following without the industry. Mm-hmm. And that's what ICP did.
Oh, definitely.
And that's where you really have to give them credit. They didn't go, okay, we got this idea for clown rappers. Let's get a publicist. Let's just inundate everybody with all this shit and you try and get our shit on the radio. I mean, I'm sure they made attempts at doing that. They wanted their shit to be heard. They promoted it, but they did so. They built up from the grassroots level, a following that spread out from Detroit just across the nation.
I told you guys in episode 8 when I was in Phoenix, the alternative rock station played ICP constantly.
Yeah.
Constant. I mean, Dead Body Man, Net and Game. Like, shit, I don't even hear them in Detroit like that.
Yeah.
But they were huge out there. When I lived in Florida, when I worked at... What is a juggalo, really? But when I worked in Florida at Circle K, dude comes in and he's got his total fucking like juggalo makeup on.
Yeah.
And the guy working with me goes, "What the fuck is wrong with that guy?" I'm like,
lots of things.
I'm like, sorry. He's probably going to the ICP show that's down the road here. And he goes, "How the fuck do you know that?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, Fago. I'm from Detroit, bitch." You know what I'm saying? How do you not know ICP if you're from Detroit?
So here's my other point about ICP. And correct me if I'm wrong. In my experience, juggalos are not violent. They do not go looking for a fight. They choose to keep to themselves. They like hanging out with other juggalos. They have kind of like a code of conduct amongst themselves. I'm not saying that, I'm going to go around challenging in a fight thinking they're going to back down. If if I walk up to a bunch of them, call them pussies, they'll probably try and beat my ass. But they don't have
about 5 of them to do it.
They don't have a violent agenda, and they don't go looking for trouble, from my experience.
Junior, who is a friend of mine,
burning in the 3rd degree, us wicked clowns never go down. Not even in your town. We won't be sleeping, only creeping, and I'm not.
You ever seen this on YouTube?
I'm only repping. The hatchet, can you catch it?
Oh my god, turn that off, please. My fucking IQ is dropping by the moment.
Amateur juggalo?
Oh my god, Jesus. But no, Junior, who is a friend of mine, and I would say is really, he's the one with the Hatchet Man tattoo. He's all about positivity and all this, and I'm like, how the fuck do you get that out of?
They're kind of like the ravers of the hip hop world.
Yeah, yes. For lack of a better term, yes, exactly.
And their festivals or concerts go down like Burning Man sometimes.
I've heard some
very shitty things though too.
Yeah.
Like any situation, you give an opportunity to creep, they will find it and take advantage of it, But in general, juggalos, pretty peaceful people.
A buddy of mine, a couple of years ago, he goes, he's the farthest thing from a fucking juggalo you can get. He goes, "Have you seen this documentary about the juggalos?" I'm like, "No." He goes, "You have to see this clip," and he posted it. And it was a guy, he's like, "Yeah, I know I'm a big fat guy. That's why I'm going to get me a skinny bitch, and I'm going to get her fat. And that way we can lose weight together. Because blah, blah, blah." And I was just like, oh my God, this is fucking exactly the most nonsensical shit ever. But I cracked up because it was like, well,
We're only going to do an hour on ICP, by the way.
Well, I mean, look, okay, the FBI has declared them a gang, flat out. I mean, so if the FBI is fucking calling ICP a gang, I guess it's a legit subject. Last time I checked, I never got jumped by juggalos, never got jacked by juggalos. Was forced to fucking print their goddamn shirts. That's about the only thing they've done to me. Ladies and gentlemen, in the listening audience, we lost Aaron. Oh, no, he's coming back.
No, I was going to say, once again, I quote Mr. George Carlin. It's probably like any other group. Few winners, whole lot of losers.
Well, yeah. Don't get me wrong, guys. I've owned, and I'm sure if you dig through my record collection, I still own some ICP albums. But I listen to them almost like Weird Al. I listen to them and I don't take them like serious. It's not a lifestyle. To me, they're a comedy group.
Right.
That's how I listen
like
to them.
Not Us.
Yeah, definitely.
You want to diss Insane Clown Posse and Twisted?
Oh,
Well, here goes a remix from us to you. This is the truth about Slim Anus.
What the fuck? Oh.
You're damn right my anus is slim, because I ain't getting fucked in it like you two faggots in prom makeup. That's what fucking Eminem came back on. Yeah, they fucked up. They're like, slim anus. Well, your anus should be slim unless you're homosexual, so... Or you're a chick who's down with that. I mean, and
they're probably both worth the same amount of money.
Chicks that are down with that, God bless you. I'm just saying, like, I've never
sex?
I've never seen a woman. Don't have to worry about pulling out. Never seen a woman shit out a baby. So it's like a woman that swallows. Never saw a woman barf up a baby either. So you know what I'm saying? No worry about that. Sorry, I took it to a dark place.
I can't get down with the anus. I mean, not okay.
You are the gift that keeps on giving, my friend. I thought Rob was good for the. You are outnumbering Rob with the things I have isolated that
actually,
you say.
It's not. I have no ill will towards the anus.
Talking, please. I think. Okay. Pause.
Can I finish?
Yes.
Can I finish? Okay. Fingers, tongues, noses. Yeah. Everything but the dick goes in the butt. For me.
So in other words, what you're saying is you eat pussy proper because you've come up on some ass before. If you're eating pussy proper, you've come up on ass before.
You know I can cut out but the dick from that statement. So it sounds like you just say everything goes in the anus.
Look, here, okay, I'm not an advocate of butt sex. I'm just saying it's nice to have the option. And once the option is on the table, most of the time, I don't.
But even if the option's there, I'm probably going to want a condom anyway. I just have that, like, Play-Doh Fun Factory image in my head. Like, yeah, I'm just going to... this little shitworm come out of my urethra.
Oh, Jesus.
It's got to be impacting in there.
What the fuck? Okay.
I can clean my finger well. I don't want to have to scrub the inside of my dick.
Okay. If I had that feeling, I would feel this way. Okay. I would. I won't name her, but I was with a girl, and it's the first time it ever happened. Mm-hmm. Having,
I've tried it. I know from experience I don't like it.
Oh, no. What I'm saying is I was hitting it, vaginal sex from behind. Mm-hmm. And, I looked down.
That's my style.
I looked down, and there was blood on my dick. And I flipped the fuck. I thought I broke my shit. I was like, what the fuck did I do to my dick? And I pulled out, and she was like, I'm so embarrassed.
You beat that pussy up.
It started my period, and I didn't tell you. And I had no... Dude, I was a fucking kid. I had no idea. So I was like, oh, this is normal? Okay, well, let me go get a drop cloth. We'll put this down. You know what I'm saying? And
I'm going to Home Depot. I'll be right back.
We'll keep going.
Oh, no. My response to I'm on my period is I'll get a towel.
Really?
So yeah.
You've got your Red Wings.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, dude. You admit it? Like,
people can hear this, right?
What, is that a bad thing?
To munch on a chick?
To eat bloody pussy?
I don't even... Aaron...
It tastes a little
You continue every day.
But
it smells like pennies and seawater. Yeah, I got it. Okay, I'm just saying.
I don't know about the chicks that you've been with.
But no,
I keep my girls clean.
Oh, okay. You constantly. You just shock me. I never would have imagined.
I'm a man of many facets.
Well, I got my bib on. It's time to go down. Is it that time of the month? Like a
lobster bib.
It's like a spicy taco. Let's get down here.
I got a white bib with the red leg spread. Kind of like the trucker profile thing. Where she's got them spread open.
This explains you eating a Del Taco.
Get it.
But no, it explains you eating a Del Taco. You probably eat the spicy sauce at Del Taco, don't you?
I just eat all the lettuce out of it first.
Just licking the shit out. Oh my God. I don't say this often, but we need motherfucking Jesus. You know what I'm saying? we need to talk to somebody. There's something wrong with us. But no, more power to you. No, don't get me wrong. I've been going down and
been surprised.
Like, whoa, okay, all right. But the way I look at it is that if my dick was leaking blood, I wouldn't expect a woman to go down on that and be like, "This is great, this is wonderful." No, it's just no. I do not. I'm from Detroit, but I do not have my Red Wings. So, but all right. So you're not a fan of butt sex, but you are a fan of the spicy taco. So where the river flows.
It took me a second. So as long as we're talking about sex, we can talk about the book that I've been reading.
Yeah, that's not a comic book. That's a graphic novel.
Well, this is actually it collects the first 8 issues of the series.
Okay.
So it's a collection, or
gotcha.
whatever you want to call it. This is on Image Comics. It's actually called Sex.
Wait a minute, Image. The guys that did back in the 90s, the Wildcat or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't even know that comic book. I'm good. Thank you. I didn't even know that comic book company was still around.
Well, the whole concept behind Image is that it's creator owned. So.
And Jim Lee
These
did a
characters.
lot of stuff for him, right?
No. It was mostly the Marvel artist that can't draw feet, Rob Liefeld.
What did you say? Can't draw feet?
Can't draw feet. Read it. Look at a picture of anybody that Rob Liefeld draws, and they either their feet are flat and they kind of point out all weird, and they doesn't know what to do with them. They splay out like penguins, or they're pointed. Like they're flying in there. Even if they're standing on the ground, they're pointed so they're on tippy toes.
Ballerinas. Okay, gotcha.
Preferably there's enough dust around that they can just obscure the feet, and then you can just make everybody run really fast without making them look ridiculous. But there was a bunch of artists that mostly migrated from Marvel to start their own creator-owned series. And the whole idea is you create these characters and you have 100% ownership over them. No, you don't have an editor telling you what you can or can't do with the story. And you're also not tied to a continuum. A lot of times writers want to go places with characters and they can't because they're like, well, you can't do that with the Hulk because he's still got to be like this for this scenario that's happening over here when he meets up with the Fantastic Four and gives the thing a hand job.
Okay, thank you for putting that mental picture in my mind, first of all. But no, that's what John Byrne...
Hulk smash.
That's what John Byrne ran into with Chris Claremont with the X-Men. That's why, long story short, it's one of the reasons he left the X-Men.
Oh, really? Yeah?
After the Phoenix
I'm not aware
saga.
of this. I'm a huge X-Men fan. But yeah, go on.
Well, John Byrne did the Phoenix Saga and Days of Future Past.
Yep, absolute classics.
Yeah, oh yeah. And his thing was he wanted to. In fact, actually, John Byrne is Canadian from Alberta and gave.
That explains Alpha Force.
Exactly, and he's the one that gave Wolverine his backstory up to that point in the comic book universe.
Yeah.
Like he made him Canadian. He made him. Part of Alpha Force.
Yeah, because Claremont didn't create Wolverine. Wolverine kind of popped up as this random character that was fighting
the Hulk.
The Hulk.
Well, actually, he was sent
Wendigo.
He was sent to kill the Wendigo, and the Hulk ended up the Incredible Hulk 181, I believe it was. Yeah. His first appearance, and then 182 is the fight.
Which, side note, if you've never read Old Man Logan,
I haven't.
Great series. Takes place in the future, but you get to see another Hulk versus Wolverine battle.
Really?
Actually, a few of them. It's really cool. All right, a little bit of a spoiler. Hulks reproduce and kind of take over the world in the future. They run shit, and everybody who's not a Hulk is kind of like a slave.
Okay.
And Wolverine just lives out in a cabin and is like, don't fuck with me, and I don't fuck with you. And of course, Needless to say,
I'm good at what I do, but what I do ain't pretty, so just stay away from me.
Yeah. So Chris Claremont didn't create Wolverine, but he created that line.
Yeah.
He very much steered Wolverine into a character that made sense and had this rich history.
Yeah, him and John Byrne both did.
Yeah, they might as well have created him because they took nothing and made something out of it. They took some guy who just had claws and a stupid mask.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons that John Byrne left the X-Men is because he said the sad walking away music. Wait a minute. It's one of my favorite Family Guy things. Yeah. It's where Peter gets drunk and he finds out he can play the piano.
Play the final theme from the
Yeah, and he's just and Stewie just
walk away slowly.
But no, he said I couldn't do what I wanted to do with the characters, with the storylines, because Marvel was like, no, you're not. This is our, even back then.
Wait a minute. Chris Claremont was doing all the writing, though.
No, he wasn't. It was a joint thing between him and John Byrne. If you go back, look on Wikipedia, the Phoenix Saga.
Of course, because it'll be correct.
Well, yeah, I know. Sorry. Snopes.com, whatever the fuck. It was him and John Byrne wrote those stories. Like they plotted them out. And he had an issue with Chris Claremont, and there was a falling out, and he said, well, I want to take X-Men in one direction, and Marvel said, no, you can't. And that's when Byrne went to Fantastic Four, started doing the Fantastic Four. And he took that completely over. That's when She-Hulk became one of the Fantastic Four.
Oh, okay.
And that's how much he wanted, you know what I'm saying? Like, he took the thing out of Fantastic Four and introduced She-Hulk.
Yeah.
That's how much he wanted control over what he was writing and what he was doing. Well, see, after Fantastic Four, he left
Men.
Next
and
Men.
Danger Unlimited.
But he left Marvel and ended up doing Man of Steel.
Oh, and you worked... I didn't know you... I forgot about Hellboy. I've read his Hellboy stuff.
Yeah.
That's right.
John Byrne probably... everyone in the comic world says he's an asshole, but he's probably like one of my favorite artists. I love his art, and I love his storylines. I have... shit. I just had a brain fart. The Canadian superhero team.
Alpha Flight.
Thank you. I have one until he gave up. And I think it was episode or issue 25. And what happened was the guy doing the Hulk took over Alpha Flight and he took over the Hulk. And there was a crossover issue. And once John Byrne stopped doing it, I was like, I'm done. I'm out. No interest anymore in Alpha Flight, period, whatsoever. But I know what you're saying as far as wanting Image. They gave them control over their own intellectual property. It wasn't, look, you write this for us. It's, no, this is yours. And that's one of the things John Byrne was trying to do in the 80s with comics, but it just wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying? It was he was too
comic
early.
Books had come pretty far, but we were yet to see, like, now they actually have more of like a royalty structure. You get a certain percentage of what's sold.
Well, Image had
but you still don't own the character by any means.
Image had Spawn, though, right?
Yeah. No, yeah.
Because Todd McFarlane did Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then when he left, he did Spawn on, I believe it's Image, right?
Didn't Spawn start while he was still doing Spider-Man, or did he leave to do it?
I think he left.
Yeah, he must have, because
Spider-Man
it's not
3
like they were friendly at the time.
Spider-Man 300 was his like crowning achievement with the Amazing Spider-Man, the run he had with it, and that was 88, I want to say.
Yeah.
So,
dude, I remember buying
are we boring the fuck out of you?
The Todd McFarlane. The number one I had one that I left in the plastic bag because it came sealed.
Yes, yeah.
I think it was the first comic book I ever seen that had come sealed. So I bought two, one to read, one to leave sealed.
Yep. Same thing with Death of Superman.
And I was so into, and you know, I actually look back on McFarlane's art, and I don't see all the appeal. I see what excited me about it a little bit and how dynamic everything was. And there was, I don't know, it was kind of a new way of drawing comic books that had a lot more motion to them, that kind of made stuff that came before it seem too stiff.
Yeah, I can see that, but...
And it had I've always been drawn to artists that had more, where you can see the line work more. Mm-hmm. You know, it has more of a sketchy quality to it. Looking back on it now, it's kind of like... man, he's just kind of all over the place, and everyone's just kind of crazy looking and insane. I don't know. It didn't hold. His appeal certainly didn't hold, and no doubt it was tarnished by the movie.
The abortion that is a small
anyway,
movie.
so, Image has continued on, and it does a lot of comic books that I really like. Mm-hmm. And actually, a lot of Marvel writers write stuff for Image as well. There's another one that I'm reading by Jonathan Hickman, East of West, that I just started reading that's really good.
I know you're gay. Conversation you guys are just having.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this up with my quick review of Sex. Now,
thumbs up. I love it. Sex is great.
And the bloodier the better, apparently.
This is by the author I was familiar with, Joe Casey. The artist is Peter Kowalski. That's Piotr. So it's kind of like how Colossus spells his name, I believe.
Okay.
Right?
Want me to publicize your face for free?
But Joe Casey, he wrote for Uncanny X-Men. Now, this was later period, post-Claremont, 90s era. He also wrote for The Incredible Hulk, and he's done a number of Image comics as well. But this one, well, first of all, just visually kind of generic, although lots of bold colors and really kind of comic booky, superhero-y kind of thing. But you'll notice flipping through it, there's a lot more nudity than your average comic book. And it gets a little graphic, too. They actually show some penetration. A little bit of penetration, yeah.
Like you see a veiny fucking purple-headed yogurt slinger,
little bit,
just going in,
a little bit,
All right.
I mean, it kind of still looks like Cartman.
Comic books have changed since I was reading them.
It kind of still looks like Cartman's dick when he walks across the stage,
and he thinks he's invisible.
Which is my favorite moment in any South Park when he's scooting across. But anyway, so this is a really racy comic book, as the title might suggest. But what this is about is, you can tell that, if DC or Marvel let him, he would do this with traditional heroes that we're aware of. Because there's definite nods to it. The main character is kind of half Superman, half Batman.
Okay.
He's a captain, whatever type of superhero, but he's like got his big computer and like he researches everything too, and he's got all these gadgets, right? But he's retired. For some reason that's yet to be revealed, he's retired from being a superhero, and they're kind of setting it up so that he's like addicted to this action-packed lifestyle that he's now doesn't have in his life, and he needs something to replace it. Well, guess what that is?
I'm going to go ahead and guess sex.
Yeah. And there's a
with penetration.
Right.
Everyone knows that. You need to go back to school, pick up some knowledge.
And then there's like a kind of Catwoman type character as well. And they have a very graphic scene early on of her whipping out the old vibrator after an encounter with the Superman Batman type character. Going home and fantasizing about, getting caught by him. They're running across the rooftops and he tackles her and pins her down.
I thought they shared some special time together. And then she was like, I'm whip out the vibrator now because you didn't get the job done. You know what I'm saying?
No. Yeah, she fantasizes about being like captured by him and maybe a little dominated by him. And it just...
Jesus fucking Christ. Does this come with a condom, this book?
But you know what? Okay, so the writing in here is, honestly, it's pretty run-of-the-mill comic book stuff. It's nothing too exciting. It's a little bit, there's some wit in it. It's kind of like watching one of the Iron Man movies. There's some snappy dialogue and stuff in there.
Get weird tonight, or
but it talks plainly and openly about so much of the subtext of comic books. There's a big part, sex is a big part of comic books, especially hero comic books.
What was it? Holden Caulfield. Or not Holden Caulfield. Holden McNeil said in...
Holden McGroin?
No, in Chasing Amy, he goes, over or underweight guys are our bread and butter. Big tits, big pecs,
Or Shatner. Look at you people. Have you ever even kissed a girl, much less got laid?
Get a life. Yes. See, now, he opened the fucking, you opened the fucking gates. Yes.
Let it out.
Because All right.
I love this song, by the way.
I'm about to. Okay, real quick. Just a buddy of mine growing up was like, George Michael's gay. I'm like, fucking gay? He wrote,
no
I
way,
want
man.
your sex.
Did you see that chick in that tub?
Yeah.
And the one that was walking around with his shirt on and shit? The blonde one? Oh,
Yeah.
man, no way that guy's gay. He's got that leather jacket and shit.
And he's shaking his ass.
Yeah, he looks like Bruce Springsteen, man.
So fast forward.
Fuck you, he's gay.
Fast forward 20 years, and he's like, so anyways, I told you he was gay. I was like, yeah. And he goes, now think about this. Father figure is written by a gay guy. Put your tiny hand in mine. And I was like, oh, okay.
It was always creepy no matter what.
Thank you. But I was like, oh, now it's really kind of...
I like this song, actually. But it's always really creepy.
Okay.
But then so's a lot of stuff that Sting wrote.
Oh, no shit, dude. Fucking don't stand so close to me.
What up, stalker?
Yeah.
Don't stand...
Thank you. Everyone that fucking thinks Every Breath You Take is a fucking love song. No.
That's a stalker anthem.
No. And the one that's just unabashedly stalkerish, what's the fucking song? We used to play it with the cover band that went nowhere, remember? What was the name of the Police song? That was about...
Can't Stand Losing You.
Yeah, I can't stand losing you.
Can't stand losing you. Yeah.
You're just outright talking about, I'm going to kill myself. And you'll be sorry. You'll be sorry when I'm dead.
Exactly.
All this guilt will be on your head.
Yeah, Sting had some issues.
Oh, totally. Dude, Synchronicity is probably the epitome of Sting's issues. Especially
because
Mother.
And then the Synchronicity. That's the one where the guy goes to work.
I'm talking about the whole album, but yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking about the song where he goes
There's
to work,
two
and
songs.
it's there's Synchronicity 1 and 2, but the one that he's going to work, and it's
Father grips the wheel,
but it's also like it's something about like a monster in Loch Ness, and it's a parallel.
there's you get the idea that there's something welling up that this guy is going to snap.
Yeah.
That the monster finally breaching the lake is him, about to just lose it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, anyways, real quick, I cannot pronounce his name.
Who?
The guy who wrote Fight Club. What's Chuck?
Palahniuk?
Is that how you pronounce his name? Palahniuk,
I think.
See, I'm not good at it.
Chuck Palahniuk. That's the best way I've come up with pronouncing it.
Okay.
I believe it's correct. I've read a lot of his books.
Have you read the one story where it's about masturbation, and it's the one that people were literally fainting when he read the story to him about the guy who's jerking off at the bottom of the pool, and his intestines get caught, and that shit. See, going back to the comic book thing, that's the type of stuff that I'm waiting for to hit the comic book. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for that type of stuff where they're pushing the envelope so much. I mean, what you just described to me sounds, it's kind of racy, but
that stuff's fairly readily available. I mean, first of all, if you just want sex, you go get some Japanimation, some manga.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. But I'm talking about
that can be easily found. But yeah, there's a lot more adult-themed superhero comic books.
Well, I remember when I was a kid, there was a comic book called Vigilante on DC, and it didn't have the little "We Approve" comic stamp.
Wasn't the what was the CC comics code?
The comic code, yeah. And one of the storylines that went for about a 10, maybe 12, maybe a whole year arc was he was hunting down a group of child molesters. And I mean, this comic threw it out there. I mean, this was 1980s. It threw it out there to the point where my mom just randomly came into my room one day when I wasn't there, and picked this comic of all the fucking comics I had up. It was like,
Of course.
what the fuck are you reading? You know, and flipped the fuck out. And I'm like, he's killing them. Isn't that a good thing? Like, aren't we supposed to get rid of child molesters? You know, I'm trying to play it off best I can. But yeah, it was some really dark shit. And I guess it's kind of what I'm waiting for with comics, because
You hungry? Hey, Ma! We get some meatloaf!
You're waiting for it?
the meatloaf. Well, no, I mean, because you got like Neil Gaiman.
Gaiman, yeah.
Okay.
Gay man.
Whatever. But he went kind of dark, and I mean, there's been dark periods in Marvel, like, but they just touch upon it, like the whole thing with the
Neil Gaiman's darkness is still very fantasy based. It's not. I mean, I guess he deals with a lot of dark issues, but he doesn't come out across as a morose writer.
I guess
Not to me.
I just,
Although he does, I mean, there's like a lot of death involved in all of his stuff.
Yeah, that's
He does seem to have
that's pretty much the most like.
But he's got such a good sense of humor, and
But you remember the guy in the co-pilot was named Gaiman in Soul Plane?
I've done my best to block out Soul Plane, even though it did have one of the best punchlines from the Boondocks series when Martin Luther King was not killed, and he goes, "BET is the worst thing I've ever seen. Now I'd like to talk about Soul Plane." Oh shit! All right. Well, anyways, let's wrap this shit up. We've rambled on about comics way too long, Aaron, and Chris. I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry.
For why?
Because you've just been over here trying your best just to stay awake and put drops in.
I think we've got like a whole nother show already, I believe.
And I don't have any idea what the fuck this show was about, but
it was about music and comic books.
An ICB.
An ICP.
This is why we call it unregimented, right?
I'm all over here like this.
I don't know if you saw. I don't know if the message I sent to Chris. You're spacing it. You're spacing out.
That's someone else's bit. I don't want to go on that too long.
I know, but
Yeah,
it's
but
so perfect.
joke.
It's so perfect, man.
Detroiters will get that. Well,
that is an homage.
Detroiters will get that.
Yes.
He just totally fucking just Dreamweavered out on this shit. But no, I you were like, okay, here we go. Is it wrong that I kind of like this song?
What is this?
Dreamweaver, man.
Oh, I didn't
because now it's Wayne's World.
You skipped
She's
forward.
a babe. Swing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were still listening to Dreamweaver.
I kind of like the song. It's okay at work.
That song sucks.
Really? Can't something suck so bad that it's good?
Yeah, the Bee Gees.
Really? The Bee Gees?
Oh, at work, they guy had a bunch of records and they got water damaged, and he got paid out on them. No, I found that at a thrift store a long
He bought
time ago.
Xanadu on purpose.
I bought that with cold hard cash.
And he's shitting all over Dreamweaver. That's the funny part. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
And who would you rather fuck? Whoever that guy singing
Electric
Dreamweaver.
Light Orchestra or Gary whatever his face from Dreamweaver.
Gary, right?
Yeah.
No, so there's a gatefold Saturday Night Fever in there. Some great shots of Travolta inside.
I work hard on my hair.
That's what I kept.
And he hits me. He hits my hair. He hits my hair.
You always hit my hair. That's my favorite part. I love that movie.
I've never seen the whole movie.
Oh God, it's great,
dude. No,
it's good. It's good.
It's good. Bad.
Have you seen Summer of Sam?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Love Spike Lee. I will watch anything he'll pretty much put out.
He got half that movie from Saturday Night Fever.
Really?
Yeah.
Had no idea.
Absolutely.
Never, dude. Oh God.
You take Saturday Night Fever and you take any serial killer mystery, and actually, you know what? There's way more Saturday Night Fever in there than there is serial killer. in Summer of Sam. The main story is really the relationship, or him being such a fuck up, or
well, yeah, and then his crew from the hood beating the shit, thinking he's the killer, and is it Adrian Brody?
Yeah,
they think he's the killer.
But that story was, I mean, it used the Son of Sam killer as a backdrop, really, just to facilitate certain plot points and really to drive home a message of, in this case, not racial tension, but just you had in the 70s so many different things. Like, you had popular music that just seemed to kind of splinter in the 70s, and even there's a lot of radical things going on in the 70s, punk, rock, and disco, and even in movies, crazy ass movies, experimentation.
You got
film.
You got fucking Taxi Driver. You had movies that. What was the one with John Voight and? I'm walking here. I'm walking. You know the guy I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It got an X rating.
Cowboy?
Yes, it got an X rating.
Yeah.
Not for like an X. Like
here's the thing about the X rating. I found this out. I found it on another podcast. Stuff you should know. There's really no such thing as an X rating. People used it to kind of promote the fact that it was a more adult film, that you were going to see something kind of crazy or racy, or you might see some nudity, a lot of harsh language.
No. Come on, man. MMPA or whatever the fuck it was, they handed out X ratings. Now it's NC-17. That's, remember, Angel Heart with the chick from fucking the Cosby Show, and that was the first NC-17, and that supplanted the X.
That wasn't the first one.
What was the first movie then?
You know what? Fuck it. Hold on. You're going to have to edit some of this because we're going to look this up. Or maybe not.
At this point, we're just having a conversation. I don't even know if any of this is going to make it. So.
Maybe I'm confused. Maybe it was the XXX rating.
No, XXX was, that was a self-imposed, that was what porn people would do. Because it was like, ooh, we're XXX.
That was just a way to promote. I'm sorry. X rating symbol used by the Motion Picture Association of America from 1968 to 1990.
And that's when they went to NC-17.
I know the answer to this. What was the first NC-17 movie? By the way, Angel Heart, great movie.
I don't know what we're talking about!
I'm so sorry, Chris. You were just... We need the beginning of Dreamweaver on loop at this point for you. It's just like, I just don't care about any of this.
Oh, yeah. X replaced by NC-17. The rating system's early years X-rated films such as Midnight Cowboy, A Clockwork Orange.
Yep.
There's that crazy... I remember watching A Clockwork Orange because I love that book. I've read it many times. And I finally watched Kubrick's movie. And there's that great scene where he meets the two chicks in the record store.
Yeah.
And then it just plays all on fast forward like a Benny Hill episode.
to Beethoven, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
A little of the Ludwig. A little of the ultra-violence.
Let's see.
By the way, real quick.
In September of 1990, the MPA introduced the rating NC-17. Henry and June, previously to be assigned an X rating, was the first film to receive the NC-17 rating.
Yes,
because of his lewd behavior with those potatoes.
Yes, I now remember that being the first NC-17.
What was so crazy about that movie? I love that movie. I saw it many times in high school. I didn't think anything was like... I can't believe it almost got an X rating. What was so insane? Was there that much nudity in it? That's not what I remember about it.
Well, Clerks got an NC-17.
Yeah,
the first cut. And it was not, there's no nudity in Clerks. It was the language and what they talked about. They said it was...
Too many F-bombs. You can only say, you can be PG, in PG-13, you can say fuck once.
Yep.
Yeah.
But, I mean, let's be honest, any Quentin Tarantino movie's blown fucking the amount of fucks you can or cannot say and still get an R rating out the water.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, you really want to get down to it. Django Unchained? That was, I think, 200 and some uses of the N-bomb. Like, it made Spike Lee go, God damn, I don't even use that word that much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think Spike Lee uses that word.
He don't think he drops an N-bomb?
He writes it, but I don't think he uses it. He writes it because he knows that it's used.
Well, no. I'm talking about he said I don't even use him in my movies. I don't
right.
even.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Sorry.
That's what I meant. Because I was going to say.
I don't know. I'm assuming. I'm making assumptions that I don't know. I don't know Spike Lee personally. He just doesn't come across as a guy who would
he's
like
going to walk around dropping N-bombs.
this and that.
Yeah.
But when he writes his movies, he knows that, well, this is a language that people use, and I've got to write true to form.
Exactly. Because
and said, "Hey Sal, how come there's no brothers on the wall?"
Which is funny because every time it gets really hot in my pizza place, I'm like, if a dude walks in playing Fight the Power on a fucking boombox, I'm the fuck out of here.
That shit down. Oh, quick tangent. Ever watch Do the Right Thing on TV?
You like broadcast TV where they had it? No.
Like Channel 50 back in the
No.
This is great. Watch Radio Raheem goes into the Asian-owned convenience store and asks for 2
D batteries, motherfucker.
Batteries. And she says, "C," and he goes, "D, Mickey Ficky, D."
Yeah, okay, because there's also the Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you strand a stranger in the Alps. And I'm like,
when you find really? This is what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps.
Yes.
Are you watching? I hope you're watching because this is what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps.
Yes, oh my God. The first time I saw that, I pretty much damn near pissed myself laughing. I was like, okay. I have to wonder if the Coen brothers...
Little asshole stonewalling me.
Walter! What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Here you go, Larry. You see what happens? You see what happens, Larry? You see what happens? This is what happens, Larry. You see what happens, Larry? You see what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps? You see what happens, Larry?
And that's John Goodman's voice. He dubbed that. So that makes me think the Coen brothers had something to do with it. They were like, well, if you're going to fucking cut up our movie,
right,
we're going to have a fucking say-so.
Right.
Full of strangers. What the hell are you doing, man?
Out of my car. I just bought this car last week.
Whoa.
Oh, that's such a fucking classic movie.
And yes, Donnie, we can go to the In-N-Out Burger.
Let me see if I can find what you're talking about.
What are we talking about?
I know at this point.
Who fucking even knows anymore?
At this point, we might as well just remove the microphones and just have a conversation, because that's what we're doing.
Yeah, but somebody might want to hear it. I don't know, what kind of sick freak listens to this shit.
Want me to punch your face for free?
A liter of cola. Cap, you know I'm not a big union guy. I'm just saying.
Hey, Cap, you know I'm cool, but I can take no responsibility for these
These white devils. Yes, I use that at work all the time. All the time.
And I can imagine it's your job that actually is rather appropriate.
2 tacos? They think I'm Mexican. You're not?
I am all... No, I derive so much power from the lips. I am all that is man. Yes. It's funny because
it's all on the lips.
I used that one... at work the other day, a guy showed up. I don't know, he did something overly manly. And I was like, if you look up all that is man in a dictionary, there's a picture of Hemingway and you for what you just did. And he goes, who the fuck's Hemingway? And I'm going, I thought that was a wise joke, but it apparently is wasted on this guy. Faith No More?
Nope.
You talk too much.
Oh.
You talk too much. Fuck yeah. This is like my favorite one. I think we may have. think you're getting some extra long shows this week.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Do not envy you on the editing job at all.
This will be my day tomorrow to get that one ready for Monday. Anyways,
we should take it out on that one, huh?
Yeah, was this going to be
I can
2.5 hour show?
Hey, I know when to shut up. I'm not one of those guys who keeps talking when he's been...
No, that's me, unfortunately.
I was doing the old, like, Warner Brothers joke. Hey, you don't have to tell me twice to shut up.
I know when to be quiet.
You talk about your girl from head to toe. I said your mouth
Talk about people that you don't even know.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening, liking, and sharing Unregimented on Facebook. Following us on Twitter at UnregimentedPod. Unregimented at ChristopherMedia.net is how you can email us. Subscribe to Unregimented by clicking through the iTunes banner on ChristopherMedia.net. Android users, you can find Unregimented on Stitcher Radio. You can donate to Christopher Media by using the PayPal button on ChristopherMedia.net. You can help to save podcasting by clicking through the Amazon banner, bookmarking the page, and you buy something. Amazon will donate part of each purchase to the Podcast Legal Defense Fund, helping to save podcasting from the
cocksuckers.
No, it's no
patent
repeats.
trolls.
No repeats.
The
dick nozzles.
There we go.
Douche nozzles.
Douche nozzles. Yeah,
nice.
There we go. The douche nozzles, the personal audio. If you're looking to launch your own website, click through the HostGator banner at ChristopherMedia.net. That's who we use to host all of the Christopher Media shows, like this one, Unregimented, every Monday and Thursday. The Weedsman Podcast comes out every Friday, and a lot of our tangents end up showing up on Tuesday in the form of, we call them bonus nuggets.
We're going to have an extra long bonus nugget, by the way.
Really?
Oh boy, did we rant and ramble, more like.
Cool. Yeah, that's usually what the Weedsman.
Yeah.
Usually a lot of rambling.
No, not like the tightly run ship here at Unregimented. It's like night and day. Yeah.
No, we never ramble here. we are always on topic and on point. Exactly.
that was a happy coincidence right there. Eminem question everything. They come out every Sunday. Toddzilla X Pod. Whenever he feels like it. He's graced us with his present 2 consecutive weeks. Will there be 3? I don't know. Well, by the time
some classic shit. And oh god, he said what I wish I could articulate about Robin Williams. Like we talked a lot about him on last week's, but just listen to this last Toddzilla X Pod, and he has a very touching homage to the man.
The Demon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 5. But always during goddamn HostGator. But you can support us by
and if you're
the
depressed,
HostGator banner.
Get yourself a website to distract yourself.
Yeah, and get one from HostGator by clicking through our banner, ChristopherMedia.net. DraftKings One-Day Fantasy Sports. No being locked into a team for an entire season. You can draft a new team every day. Christopher Media listeners are winning real money. None of this fake money. They're winning real money every day.
Get money. Sorry.
Yeah, you can get money at DraftKings.
Aren't they having some big pre-football thing going on?
Fantasy football is back with their 5 million with an M.
Million.
There's a nice decade and a half old reference from us.
Sorry.
No, I joined in it. It's a group effort. The $5 million kickoff bash. Please click the banner on ChristopherMedia.net and sign up today. And then you broke rich, man.
What you doing? Chilling. True.
Oh man, we'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Yeah, guys. We'll catch you next Monday.
See ya.
Oh, real quick.
Oh, well, we're back for.
I don't know. Maybe this will make it in the podcast or not. But this morning I had to borrow your keys because to jump my car.
Yes.
Remember? You do remember that, right?
Yeah.
I left work early yesterday because I had burst actually the same hose that I fixed it burst somewhere else, and so I had to have time to go fix it. And I left early. I fixed it. Left my lights on in the garage. Woke up and I'm like just leaving on time to get there, right at 9 o'clock. Nothing, there's absolutely nothing happening. It's just a faint little glow of like the brake light comes up and it's like, and I'm like, fuck. I don't want to be that putz that, like, you know, leaves work early one day and then shows up late the next day.
Yeah.
I'm still in my first 2 weeks. You know, I barely know these guys.
He's on double secret
I'm
probation.
starting to panic. Like, I immediately run. Chris was already up, and I'm like, I need your help. I'm banging on the door. Like, I just need your keys. I need to jump my car. Run out there, like, knock everything out of the way in the garage, like kicking fucking all, because I've been working on the car for like the last, I don't know, month. And I'm like kicking tools and everything out of the way and clearing a path. And I jump in Chris's car and I start it up, pull it into the garage, and I grab the jumper cables. And I'm like standing on top of the car, like the thing's dying on me. Like, live, damn you! Don't, like, pounding on the engine. And it's not coming to life. But the battery terminals are all corroded. So, and even one of the clamps from the jumper cables is broken too. The spring broke on it. So I have to kind of like hold it on. And then finally, through like grinding the things into the terminals, I get some metal to metal contact. And then the headlights just go boom and come on all of a sudden. I'm like, yeah, jump over to the driver's side and crank the ignition. Thing starts up right away. And then it's a quick scramble to disconnect everything and pull it out. Pull the car back into the driveway.
So you felt like 80s era Vince Neil?
Why are you telling this story?
I sped a little bit on the freeway. Got there at 9:01.
Why are you telling this story? You said real quick. Was it
what?
Like we closed the show and then you were like, "Hey, I wanted to add this real quick."
I don't know.
He got there at 9:01.
I just I just wanted to tell you guys the story about me getting. It doesn't even have to have anything to do with it. We were just recording, so I was like, "Why the fuck not?"
Oh, righty there.
You still had the headphones on, and I wanted to tell you a story. God damn it!
That is a very long story, but well told.
It wasn't that long.
I'm fucking with you. Calm down.
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again? Do you have time?
Fine. I'll see you next week.
If you enjoy this show and want more people to know about it, head on over to iTunes, leave a comment, and rate it 5 stars. Make sure you like and share us on Facebook, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Just search for Christopher Media. Thank you in advance for supporting Christopher Media by clicking on the PayPal button and by clicking through to all the sponsors who support ChristopherMedia.net. Most importantly, we would like to take the time to extend an extra special thanks to you. Christopher Media could not exist without your support. Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net, and thank you for listening. Christopher Media. Let's make some noise.